Hi guys, it is 1:50 and I'm going to go through our Reddit for dating advice. What? So, me sleepy is like a drunk person. I am hyper, I am honest, I am all over the place, and I do blackout. It is a problem. I'm not able to sleep because insomnia is fun. So, what I thought I could do is go through Reddit, which is one of my favorite apps. Instagram is kind of, what was I saying? I stopped using Instagram, like I deactivated my main account, which might have been a mistake. I should have launched my business there, but basically I deactivated my main account because it was getting too much for me. Like I was feeling very suffocated. It felt like everyone was moving forward and leaving me behind. And so Instagram was very difficult. Facebook is just so old, I don't even know how to operate it anymore. YouTube I do love, but it takes a lot of data. Like it's not like I can just scroll through it aimlessly and all. I have to like put in time and effort and like my own brains. It's fun to scroll through Reddit. Okay, that was very long. We are at our dating advice. Oh, the first thing that caught my attention. Okay, fine, shut up, guys. The first thing that caught my attention is I realized I'm not attractive and don't feel great about it. Baby, I have always known, so I don't know how realizations like they might be worse because if you think you're pretty. But to be honest, like if you wrote this and by chance, wow. My tripod lost a part which helps like keep this in the space that it's supposed to be, so it keeps springing off of the tripod. My phone keeps springing off of the tripod. But I was saying that to me everyone's attractive in a different way. You might not be someone's type per se, but like I don't know, I've never been attracted to someone based on their looks. Like my first crush that I have like talked about and all of that, I keep telling that it was like I saw him and I knew that I liked him, but it wasn't like because of his looks, because he didn't look that great. I'm really sorry, buddy, if you're watching this. We're good friends, so like he looks great and all now, okay, but like he's not my type. I don't know how to explain it. Like it wasn't the looks, it was just a vibe. And like the more I got to know him, I realized that yeah, now I do actually like him. It was just the wanting of having a crush that I don't know.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
For me, the looks don't make me as attracted to a person as getting to know them and like their personality does. Things that they do that make me go, oh, that's so cute. And so attractiveness based on how you look is so like everything is perspective based, but this is so much perspective based that it's not even funny. It's just like I'm just
I knew exactly what to do, but in a much more real sense, I had no idea what to do.
listen to me, okay? You're pretty. No matter what people tell you, you are pretty. Because if I got to know you, I would probably like you. Oh god, you must think I'm desperate. I'm not desperate. Why am I pitching myself to an audience? Oh my god, no, this is not a dating website.
You must be truly desperate.
Okay, I've come to realize that I must not be very attractive. Why? There's this new hot guy at work that women were chattering about. My friend even just went up to him, introduced herself at lunchtime. They're chatting now and are going on a date next week. I realize that I don't create a stir of female interest anywhere I go. He cannot go on dates. I actually like my face and I think there's nothing especially wrong with it. At least not that I see to my own eyes, which is good. Like when you see yourself, I feel like it feels rare to me because I don't like my face when I see it, but when someone says that they do, I'm just so happy for them. I'm like, I really like it, just makes me so happy. Oh, come on, like.
Have you ever had a dreams that you
Apparently, I'm alone in thinking that. Aren't we meant to be our worst critics and other people don't see flaws like you do? Apparently, I'm my best advocate. Other people don't seem to. I don't know what advice I'm asking for. I always knew that I was never a head turner. I thought I could be 7 out of 10. Listen, ranking people with numbers is just the worst possible thing you could do. It's just stupid to think that, oh, I'd be a 10, you'd be a 9, she'd be a 6 at best. Bro, I'd be a 0. Okay? What are you gonna say to that?
I dare you.
My friend Nilima is gonna tell me, Ashu, you 10 on 10. Okay? But the guy who probably rejected me, who rejected me? Oh, right. The guy who probably, he still thinks I'm fine.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, the guy who probably rejected me will be like, you're a 2 out of 5. So, like, it's just, don't place your self-worth on numbers. See, people, I'm just gonna add a comment. Maybe you've just not found the right crowd. Happens. If I say happens, someone's gonna punch me in the face. I'm just gonna post this. Oh, important reminder, you deserve someone who absolutely is certain that they want to be with you. That's so cute. Enough of dating apps, I feel like. I think I'm weird for not having any social media 20F. No! Bro, it's really good. Believe me, social media fucks you up. Except for the fact that there are really good memes, animal videos, and like some YouTubers like Lord DIY, Try Guys and all of that. Like, I think it's fine. I've literally never given a thought to someone's height. I think that's nice. Oh, date went horrible. Interesting stuff. Went on a date with a guy I met on Hinge. We've been talking about it for a week. He's been the absolute sweetest in asking how I feel, telling me that he will always comfort me. It's been a stressful week. He shows up 2 hours late because he got held up at work. I was a bit irritated and about to leave. Obviously, someone would get irritated if they like showed up 2 hours late. If you're getting late, just inform the other person, hey, I'm gonna be late, let's take a rain check, or I'll text you when I can actually get there, so you come at that point of time. Just making someone wait for you without knowing when you're actually gonna show up is the shittiest thing. It's just the shittiest. Chiku, I'm looking at you. Okay, it's been a while since you've done that. Probably because you haven't really set a time. Okay, let's just leave my friend alone.
Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
We walked along the biking path, things were going better. We were talking about stuff, like about racial inequalities, healthcare. He shouted for my hand. He was talking about his ex for a while, where he's freaking out and starts having a panic attack, telling me he can't do this, he isn't ready. He thought this date was gonna go different because it started out with me being ticked. I tried to comfort him, saying that I forgive him. He said that he can't commit to a relationship, has too much going on with his graduation. I told him I feel so led on because last night he was telling me how excited he was to be mine and everything. He even deleted the dating app, sent me a screenshot that this is how serious I am about you. That's so sad. Why would you lead someone on? But also, like, if you're really confused about your feelings and you're feeling so overwhelmed, I feel like if you're getting over a breakup and you meet someone really nice, you might feel the urge to really get into it because, like, oh my god, I found someone that's nice and things like that. But actually you realize that you might need more time healing, or like small things could set off like bigger anxieties for me. Like once I couldn't see my brother in the crowd for like 2 seconds. I thought he was kidnapped. Not related to dating, but like anxieties work like that. Like when you piss someone off like in a very small way, it might feel like a huge thing. This person might not have anxiety. I'm just assuming, but like it maybe like they got really like scared about it, and I get why like you feel hurt because you've been led on. It's very unfair to you. I just don't think that the other person is completely to be blamed. Like in terms of like, I don't know. He said that though he was trying to date again, he said that he dated his ex. She was physically, mentally, emotionally abusive. Wanted to commit suicide at one point. I tried to keep reassuring him that I'm not like her. I prefer to walk him. He blocked me all. Oh my god. That is so sad. Like for the person who wrote this post and for the person who's there, because their past keeps affecting their future, which happens to everyone, but like it's just so sad that people have to go through this, right? Like emotionally abusive relationships, all abusive, any abusive, sorry. It's just so sad, but it's so unfair. Brain is exploding. Yeah, I watched like Sign Duo's video where like he went through the drive-through. I'll link it in the description below, where he went through a drive-through and was discriminated against so badly, and I cried for like half an hour. I mean, I read about discrimination a lot every day because it happens every day. Caste-based discrimination, race-based discrimination, sexuality-based discrimination, everything. But like I don't know what am I saying. It's just I cried so much. I'm so emotionally vulnerable right now. I just feel like crying, and like I don't want to cry. That helps a bit. There's Connor. Oh, I named my cactus Connor because Connor Franta has a lot of plants and helps me calm down. And yeah, is that creepy? I don't know, but that's sad. Okay, moving on. This is making me really sad. Any dating advice for a young man with long-term ADHD? Nobody. I'm not a psychologist. I'm sorry. I really wish I had any dating advice though. Have you matched with someone who feels like they're interviewing you, literally tells you that you're competing with someone else? What the fuck? Red flag. You know, we should play like the Alex Myers red flag thing here. Okay, matched with a girl and all seemed good, although she was sending like huge messages and commenting on this. And the quality trait that I apparently have, this is really important to her, bit intense but fair enough. But then she said something weird, thinking about, so far you're the runner-up in what I'm looking for. Oh my god, that gives me such I don't know, like matrimonial vibes. This is funny. Oh, why would people do that? Why don't some of these guys put effort into getting to know girls? I have many friends. I know, right? It's really weird. I recently like was going through Tinder because I was just like, I don't know, let's talk to people. And my mom was like, make a friend, Ashu. I was like, cool. So I tried to make a friend. This guy just upfront goes, I was talking to him about, sorry. I was talking to this guy about Ross and how like Ross is jealous, insecure, shitty, sexist, has problems with anger management, has no boundaries, dated his student literally, the power dynamics in that, and like so many other things, like so many. Ross is just, anyway. And I basically, the line that I wrote is like, jealous, controlling, manipulative, possessive boyfriend. I don't like Ross. And he goes, wow, personal attack. And I was like, what? He's like, I am that kind of a boyfriend. And I was like, are you really trying to make me talk to you, or are you trying to end this conversation as soon as possible? Like, why would you say that? I still talk to him for a bit. I think I have some emotional issues. We may never know. But but guys on dating apps are just the shittiest people I've met. I mean, guys in general, like a lot of them that I've met have been so shitty to me. My friends are really nice. My brother's really nice. And that is so obviously, like, not all guys are shitty, but like so many guys that I randomly meet are so shitty, and I don't understand why. And they never put in any effort, and they just directly like want to like, okay, let me read the post first. Wait. I have many friends, outgoing men don't put any effort but expect intimacy. Yeah, that's what I thought. They just want to bang it out. Not this kind. Whatever. You know, this kind. No, this is not the appropriate hand gesture for that.
Thank you.
Also, some guys I think have like low EQ in general, where like they don't know how to get to know a person, but also like don't expect girls to give you like to be okay with like being intimate if they're not like, you know. Huh? Am I making sense? I'm really sleepy. I don't know. Should I marry my fiance who I met through an arranged marriage proposal? Wow. So many Indian people are just like, why is that even a question? Oh, and not surprised to find out it's an Indian person. As every Indian parents, my parents also forced me to find a groom. Makes sense. As in like, I was constantly rejecting them, and one even went closer to engagement, sort of left my home, lived in the city where my career is, and didn't go back. Oh my god, that's stalking. And few months later, my dad got into a terrible accident with a head injury. Okay, I feel like I know where this is going. She might get married because it might be her dad's wish for her to get married, but like, that's so unfair to make someone do something like that. But okay, I don't know, let's see. So the career is in the dull phase. Confidence is low. Oh my god, she got engaged within 28 days of knowing someone. 28 days! That's so long. My family friend got engaged within like 24 hours. I mean, not even 24 hours. It's surprising. If someone who's not Indian watches this and goes like, wow, 28 days is so quick, and I go like, it's just arranged marriages work so differently. You don't want to marry, then don't marry, buddy. It's so sad. Just the coercion of getting people. So she told him that she does not want to marry. She said that she wants to back off. Now he says that he feels like a joker. She genuinely likes him, and he was waiting for the one, and when he saw her, he thought that she was the one. And now he's worried how he's gonna face everyone. After this, in showering of love. Listen, in the engagement phase, everyone showers people with love. Okay, you cannot base their personality on that. And also, if you're not ready for marriage, you're not ready for marriage. And I feel like I'm being so aggressive right now. Your life must be so difficult, and I'm just like, ugh, you know, like, let me comment.
You've come to the master for guidance.
So here's my advice for her, which I don't know whether it matters to her or not. I'm from India, female, and I understand the insane amount of pressure when it comes to a marriage. During the engagement phase, though, a lot of people shower their fiancé with love and gifts, but I hope you don't base your entire decision on it. I know it's easier for me to say as a stranger, but I genuinely think that if you're not ready, it isn't something you should do. Indian families, once attached, never let go. I know he's hurt, but he needs to understand you as well. Instead of making you feel guilty about it, he should have maturely talked to you about it. I think that's a genuine response to her. I want to see what other people have said. Absolutely do not marry. Yes. Talk to him and discuss dating. Yes. But also knowing that it's an Indian arranged marriage thing, it's impossible for them to be able to just have a dating phase. They're probably gonna have a year-long engagement and then marriage, but breaking off a marriage after like a few months of engagement is going to really, really hurt both him, her, and the families involved, and it's going to put a lot of pressure on her. People are going to really, really look down upon her if she does that. Someone's written, is this budding alcoholism or I'm being over dramatic? I don't know if I want to open this, so let's just move past it. How to get over someone after a failed dating stage. I've never dated anyone. Could you tell? Such a huge surprise. Best dating apps for a real relationship. Definitely not Tinder. Dating as a disabled person. Let's read. Maybe I get some knowledge. I know this is specifically something most of you won't be able to relate to. Yes, I can't. As I assume most of you aren't physically disabled, but there's something universal concepts about it, and I want some outside views. As the title suggests, I'm physically disabled and I have my whole life. To cut long story short, I keep going back and forth between this desire to want to find someone because it would make me very happy, and not wanting someone for various reasons, mostly that I'm oblivious,
So you can.
obliviously an undesirable situation and cannot offer things I wish. No, that's no. Find Jessica on YouTube. No, go find Jessica on YouTube. Sorry, just because you're disabled does not mean you're undesirable. And there are people out there who just look for who the person is, and I think you deserve someone like that who loves you for who you are. My point is that you should not reject love life entirely if you want to be loved, just because a lot of people out there are shitty. It's just sad. I think it's easier for me to say, but like, I know that I'm going to face a lot of troubles. Even my sister said that to me, that I'm going to be difficult to date for anyone who tries to date me. Like, I am a whole ball of trauma and just like God knows what. I'm a snowball effect that no one really wants in their life, you know. It's just difficult to remind myself that it's okay that I do deserve love. It was difficult for me to even like come to terms with that I do deserve friendship. I've had a lot of health issues and like felt like someone who has to date me, sorry, getting emotional so quickly. I can't even imagine what this person must be going through. But like, sorry, I've had a lot of health issues. I've had a lot of trauma with a lot of things. I've had a lot of mental health issues. I've had just I've had a lot of stuff. Not like a lot. Like, I have a very privileged life. I have a very comfortable home. I have a very supporting family. I have really good friends. But I have gone through things. And compared to what like the normal person would be, I'm not that easy to date or to be with, especially because like I'm dark skinned and like I'm not the ideal body type, I'm not the ideal personality type, I'm more introverted sometimes, or like I'm too extroverted sometimes, and it's confusing. And my point being, I, as an able-bodied person, thought that I do not deserve love because I have some problems. I thought that everyone should probably hate me and they're better off without me, and I don't think that's fair to me. And I don't think that's fair. I mean, I don't think that's fair to anyone. It's just, It's shitty to think that you don't deserve love, except if you're a serial killer or a rapist. Is there anything else? A bomber? If you put bombs in places to try to kill like loads of people, I wouldn't like you. Yeah. My criteria. Being stupid. She or he or they have written that, am I being stupid by consciously excluding myself because of my affliction, or is it just an unfortunate reality where I'll just have to sit in the sidelines? I don't think you're being stupid. I think it's irrational, yes. But it genuinely does stem from somewhere. It genuinely does stem from a lot of discrimination and a lot of prejudice, in a lot of ways where society has created this space where you feel uncomfortable. And I think you deserve to be loved. So I've written, I think you deserve to be loved as who you are. I hate that society has created this space where you feel unworthy of it. I hope you do find the courage to put yourself out there though, and take your time. I know it's tough. I hope you guys also think that my advice is nice. If it's not, I'll delete those comments, don't worry. How do you keep a relationship alive during a pandemic? What if your relationship is non-existent? How to be comfortable being alone? Ooh, I can help with this one. Okay, it's a male. I don't know if I can help, but just because I feel, I'm sorry if I'm coming across very rude to male audiences. That's not my intent. I just had difficult experiences. And also that I've realized that I'm very different from a lot of men out there, like most men that I've interacted with. So it takes a lot for me to like find common stuff or things like that. That's why I said I might not be able to help. Okay? Can't go out and meet people. They're 20. Maybe I can vibe with them. I should not do that. Meg, you know you got me into this. You need to get me out of this. I have to FW the apps. What does FW mean? And old you vibes. I like binge using. I'm reading this sentence, but it's not making any sense. They've written, I hate being alone. I think it's bad. I'm just going to write, you can talk to me, buddy. I'm trying to find friends to replace the shitty ones that I have. I don't have shitty friends. My friends are so cute. Met a girl on Omegle. Omegle! Oh my god, Omegle I thought was just dick pics, to be honest. Is it weird to want to date someone with minimal dating experience if you have little to none yourself? I have a genuine question though. How much dating experience a person have affect whether you're going to date them or not? I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure obviously people like base it on looks, on personality. Okay, maybe your dating experience does affect your personality, but I don't think it's weird. How to deal with someone who doesn't text so much? Ooh, I don't text a lot. Maybe I can give him advice. I am male. I've been dating this girl via Tinder 1 week. We've scheduled our 3rd date. Whoa! 3 dates in a week! How free is everyone? I want people like this in my life. Sorry, I just had to fart. Wait. Okay. So, it's gonna be movie night. She will stay over Sunday. Ooh, nice. Feeling a connection, unique, fun at the beginning before our date. She already told me that she's not much into texting. She immediately scheduled something to do in real life. I was kind of flabbergasted. I'm the kind of guy who likes to chat a lot, especially with someone I feel a good connection to. I'm trying not to say that much via chat, just scheduling days, seeing someone. I do have the feeling she's into me, but it doesn't show via text. I've noticed that when we're together, she's really extroverted and can talk about much interesting things. How do you deal with someone that isn't active online but you really want to spend time also online with that person. Communication. Wait. Communicate that with them and figure out an in between post. Wow, I'm having so much fun. I feel like a godmother. Me. Is this guy interesting or just being polite? Should I move on? 7 hours ago. Do they need my advice? Hey, I've been talking to a guy from a dating app for about 3 weeks now. We're texting every day and we're having some familiar, fairly decent conversations. I will say that they were a little bit one-sided. Oh, I was asking questions and he would respond and would be interested. I'm liking this guy. We have a lot of common. First decent guy I've spoken with in a while. We had our video call. He asked to do and was very keen, which I think is a good sign. Maybe he just doesn't know how to text and keep a conversation. Oh, I don't know how to respond to this. Because, like, my immediate reaction is like, I really want you to find someone who likes you, and like, I wish this guy liked you. But maybe he's busy. Ask him if he's busy. Oh. Ask him if he's been busy recently. Bam! Another one solved. Sliding in the DM. FWBs. No more FWBs. What is an FWB? Let's Google this. FWB. Oh, friends with benefits. My brain. Okay, good. Don't have any more FWBs. I'm having trust issues with my girl. They are valid. I don't think I want to know about that. I just asked the reserved guy I like out. I want to know if he said yes or not. I like the reserved guy. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. The previous crush I talked about was pretty reserved. You know how I asked him out? I called him. I didn't really ask him out. I called him like 2 months before he was moving to another city, like forever. Because I knew I had no chances. So I was like, perfect time to get rejected, dude. So I called him. I was like, hey, I like you. And then I cut the call. I didn't give him a chance to respond, and then I texted him so question mark. He was like, listen, I respect you as a friend, but like, we ain't going there. So that was interesting. Oh, my AC just made one noise. I'm very scared that this false ceiling is gonna fall on me someday. I don't know. So she's pretty outgoing. She's never been afraid. She just met someone, asked for his number, sent silly memes, ladies. Okay, let me just see. He did flirt back. Update. They went on a date. Okay. They said yes. Let's end it on this. Wow. I have been recording for 40 minutes now. Just this was such a fun video to make. Giving dating advice and all. Anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And also, do you like my hairstyle? Like, right now I'm kind of liking it, but like it's all over the place sometimes. Like, I'll put a photo here. I don't know. Let me know if it looks okay or not. And look at this. This necklace, this is, I don't know how to show it. This necklace my sister got for me and for Paggu, because we three should have matching necklaces. We're such cuties. What am I saying? I have matching necklaces with my sisters and we're very cute. We should probably buy one for Gugudi as well. Oh my god, we should buy one for Gugu. Okay, we're gonna buy one for my little sister as well. And what was the point? What video should I film next? It is 2:30. What am I gonna film? Maybe I should go through some other like subreddit. I'm gonna be like in the same clothing item in a lot of my videos. Also because like I'm stuck here with my foot. I shouldn't be lifting it up like this probably. So I'm like stuck here with one drawer of clothes, and I'm wearing the same clothes. It's not like I have a lot of clothes upstairs, to be honest, that I wear. These are the only ones that I wear. If you want more content like this, please text me. I will reply to your message within 7 to 9 business days.